Before this video even properly begins, I want to give a disclaimer. I'm not doing this video to put down or ridicule the queens mentioned in the video. I was curious, started doing research, and decided to highlight the queens that the show never placed above the safe placement. At times, these queens are considered filler. Some may be early lip-sync assassins. Most of these queens did not get enough spotlight in their seasons for obvious reasons, of course. If you have any questions about the placements of the queens mentioned in the video, you can watch my cast rankings videos, where I explain why each queen got the non-canon placements she got. I'm not going to mention the queens that the majority of the public might believe should be here, but I want to mention Tina Burner, since we are talking about placements that we mark with yellow, orange, and red. Tina, in my placements, has one above safe placement. Her high placement in season 13's Rusical. The show tried to sell us on this idea that she was low because she forgot to hold a note while lip-syncing for about 3 seconds, while absolutely killing the rest of the challenge. I'm especially not going to count her as low when Gottmik got saved out of the imminent elimination and was placed as safe. In this video today, I will first list the top 10 best track records, then I will mention all the other girlies and give some stats. If you enjoy what I do here and want to see the All-Stars version of this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. You can also further support me on Patreon like all these lovely people. And this week I want to give a special shout out to my new supporters on Patreon, Furbz, and then the returning Sal and Bodyboy Putna. Thank you all for joining and helping me out. As I've said, we'll first do the top 10 track records from number 10 to number 1. Actually, we're starting with the spots 8, 9, and 10. Since the 3 queens here all have the same overall score and PPE score, and none of them won a single mini challenge. Of course, we could always rank them by the percentage of points that they earned in their seasons in comparison to how much they could have earned, but there's no need to get that serious. Here we have Kylie Sonique Love on season 2, Charlie Hides on season 9, and Dusty Ray Bottoms on season 10. As you can see, none of these queens left a huge mark on the competition. However, interestingly enough, their times on the show can be remembered by something they did or didn't do in the lip syncs. Kylie Sonique's bottom 2 lip sync when she was eliminated was, as Ru said, by that point the hardest decision he ever had to make. This was only the show's 10th bottom 2 lip sync, so to some that may not be that impressive, but the lip sync between Kylie and Morgan was genuinely good. Kylie also was the first queen on the show that was quote-unquote punished for being too stunty in her lip sync, though let's be real, that nowadays would be rewarded. Charlie Hide's lip sync against Trinity on season 9 was famously bad, and was one of the many reasons why the show introduced the lip sync for the crown. Lastly, Dusty Ray Bottoms was, I believe, the first queen on a regular season, and maybe even the last, that was allowed to change for a lip sync, because the metal parts that she used for her final ball look were cutting into her skin. Luckily for her, Monet murdered her in the iconic lip sync to Pound the Alarm. In the 7th place, we have Cynthia Lee Fontaine's season 9 track record. On season 8, she was not that stellar, but we could kind of explain that by her then being sick. So we were, or at least I was, interested in seeing how she would do now that she's at her 100%. Sadly, she did not do that great either, never placing above safe. I believe that for her time on season 9, Cynthia became the first person ever to get all boots on Fashion Photo Review. Somebody check me on that. Truly an icon. In the 6th place, we have the queen who spent the longest time in the competition never placing above the safe placement, season 4's Dida Ritz. Dida spent 9 episodes on season 4 as either safe, low, or in the bottom 2, being, of course, eliminated in her 9th episode. Dida was one of the few bright spots, personality-wise, on season 4. Watching that season back, you see just how positive and likable she is, and while her drag admittedly may not have been on the same level as some of the other competitors, I could not help but root for her. Will Dida ever be on All-Stars? I don't know. Other than her incredible lip-sync performances, I don't think I've ever heard people talk about her. The 5th and 4th spots go to Jade from season 1, aka Jade Sotomayor, whom I'll just call by her first name, and Tamisha Iman. Interesting. Two queens that definitely should not have been eliminated when they were. And both of them were eliminated because of an early season conflict with a queen that ended up being in the finale. It's not surprising that Jade and Tamisha are, in my eyes at least, robbed of equal opportunities on the show. Jade on season 1 was used first as the queen to indicate that Rebecca Glasscock is the villain of the season, and Tamisha was used as an instigator, but more so the older queen that's there to check everyone, but that can be disposed of when the show wanted. Tamisha performed better on that runway than half of season 13's cast, and she had an ostomy bag on her at all times. Like, hello? Jade is also the first person to do a split in a bottom 2 lip sync, the bottom 2 lip sync that she was eliminated after, but she's also the first person to lose a lip sync for inappropriately touching someone else in the lip sync. Drag is not a contact sport and all that jazz. In the third place we have Cynthia Lee Fontaine again, but this time it's her time on season 8. All things considered, Cynthia had 2 safe placements on season 8 before getting eliminated with 1 mini challenge win. That's why she's this high. However, she did not leave her mark on the competition, but yeah, her track record would have been a little different had the judging not been changed in episode 2. Had the judging been done in groups as it had always happened, Cynthia probably would have been low there, but still safe at best. Cynthia left season 8 securing her title of Miss Cuckoo, but also leaving us with this infamous look. In the second place, we have Jade Jolie. I'm going to say something that I've been saying since I started this channel. Jade and Coco's lip sync to I'm So Excited is one of the show's best lip syncs. Jade Jolie did so well in that lip sync, and it's a shame that the fans pay no attention to her for that. On season 5, where everybody but 3 people were villains, she was such a good shit stirrer and instigator. Jade also had the first ever storyline on season 5 with her mini feud with Serena Chacha, obviously ignoring the Alyssa and Coco pre-season build storyline. She also gave us more iconic moments that people again just forget about. With her just fighting Alyssa and pointing out her back rolls, a moment that may not have aged that well. We got Alyssa's
back rolls
and then Coco's
get her, Jade.
Iconic. Seriously. Jade Jolie is iconic on season 5. Her track record and competition performance aren't, but she is. In the first place, we have... Can you guess who? Actually, okay, wait. Pause the video and write in the comments who you think it is. No cheating. The person who never placed above the safe placement, but has the highest score out of all of the queens who placed that way is... Kerri Colby. Are we surprised? Honestly, I'm not. Not because of her fantastic challenge performances, but because she was kept so safe and was saved so many times on the show that her looks could have all easily been just made out of hazmat suits. The less I say about what I think of her placements, the better. Alright, now with that ranking out of the way, here are some stats. I divided the queens and their track records into 4 tiers. Tier 1 are the queens that placed safe or lower. There we have the most track records with 32 track records or 32 queens. Well, actually 31 queens, given that Cynthia is there twice. Tier 2 are, well, is a queen that placed low or lower, and that queen is just Sasha Bell. No, I'm not dead naming her, calm down. Tier 3, queens that placed only in the bottom 2 and were then eliminated. Here we have only 7 queens, with Akasha spending the longest time in the competition with only 3 episodes. Tier 4, as you might have guessed, are the first eliminated queens that only ever placed as eliminated, and there we have 10 queens. Thus, altogether 49 queens, but 50 track records and 50 entrants on this list. I'm going to list now the rest of the placements, starting from 11 and going to 50. In the 11th, 12th, or 13th spot, we have Honey Davenport, Rock'em Sakura, and Joy J, who I think is the first ever gay contestant on the show. I don't know, guys. I have never met any gay people, so please do tell me if I'm correct. Next, we have Lalari, Phoenix, Raj O'Hara, Maddie Morphosis, India Farah. 19 and 20 are shared by Candy Ho and Britta, while 21 and 22 by Jasmine Masters and Alyssa Hunter. Placements 23 to 28 are all queens that placed safe in their first episode and then were eliminated in their second. So below Tammy Brown, Nicole Page Brooks, Dax, James Mansfield, Dahlia Sin, and Kimora Hall. To be honest, James, Dahlia, and Kimora should all be below Tammy, Nicole, and Dax, simply because their safe placement in their first episode was kind of a given, since nobody was going home in their first competitive episodes. So there was no danger of elimination for them. 29 and 30 are Monica Beverly Hills and Kimora Black, and then we have single queen placements going. Orion Story, Sasha Bell, Naysha Lopez, Akasha, Serena Chacha. Yes, Naysha Lopez, a queen from tier 1, is placed lower than the queen in tier 2. Why is that? Because Elimination of Lopez was eliminated twice on season 8, and honestly, that's worse than being eliminated once. Placements 36 to 40 are the queens that were up for elimination in their first episodes, and then they were eliminated in their second episode. So, Vivacious, Layla McQueen, Calorie Kardashian Williams, worst drag name ever, Kahana Montrese, and June Jambalaya. The last 10 spots go to our first eliminated queens who were out in their first competitive episodes: Porkchop, Shangela, Venus Delight, Alisa Summers, Penetration, Kelly Mantle, Magnolia Crawford, Tempest du Jour, Vanjie, and Soju. And that's it. That's the video. Do you think I should do this for all-star seasons? Of course, it would be a shorter list and a shorter video, but if you are interested, please do tell me in the comments. I might see it if YouTube shows me that. Thank you for watching.